Tourism Month is celebrated annually in September and provides a heightened month-long focus on the importance of the sector to the South African economy. It features themed activities that are aligned to the United Nations World Tourism Organization's World Tourism Day celebrations. Now let's discuss this. We are now joined via Zoom by Percy Koji Travel with Confidence founder. Thank you so much for your time, Percy. Now the sector has started seeing some improvement post-COVID-19. This is what we've heard from the various departments as well as, Tourism SA. Talk to us about, what your expectations are, particularly as this industry starts picking up.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to the listeners. Thank you for having me. As we know that tourism was hit hard during COVID-19, and there's been a positive sort of traction that we are seeing within the industry. We've recently seen the likes of, international airlines launching direct flights between Johannesburg and countries like Belgium. We have now a lot of Europeans who are beginning to come back to our land, which is a positive sign, really, because, you would remember that a lot of operators were badly affected. We couldn't do bookings. And now we're just in a better position to be able to continue with the activities that we were doing in the past, but more so the pace is improving as we move along. So I think it's a good sign. The very same time in 2022 compared to last year, same time, there's been an improvement in the number of bookings that we are receiving. And also activities are moving more towards your heritage kind of holidays where people are interested to know more about our history, our culture, the stories that we are sharing that are actually making it more valuable to be able to travel within South Africa.
So from what you're telling me, it seems that the initiatives that have been placed, to encourage South Africans to travel within the country are working. Where have you been seeing some of the improvements if we have to talk about domestic travel?
So currently, and that is quite correct. If you look at what the likes of South African tourism has been doing in South Africa through the likes of platforms like short left programs, where the government is encouraging companies like ourselves to promote and package, the local opportunities. We've seen improvements in the Northwest area, Mpumalanga area. Also, the garden route is actually opening up, which is quite interesting. So I think South Africa in general, out of the 9 provinces, you can say 7 of them are doing quite okay, with the exception of Limpopo is still trying to pick up in the Northern Cape. And the other 7 are doing quite well. Cape Town, which is in the Western Cape, and also the Northwest, Mpumalanga, Eastern Cape, they are doing quite well. I think we've seen that through our office in terms of the number of bookings that went through our office.
As a founder of Travel with Confidence, talk to us about, just what this pandemic has been like, for travel agencies, because during the pandemic, we saw how many shut their doors or were struggling to reimburse people that had already taken out packages. Have you seen a pickup, particularly in your industry, in the travel industry particularly?
Of course, yeah, there has been. You would notice that our own national carrier, South African Airways, has been in operation, but they've been increasing the number of flights from time to time. So I think, our industry was badly affected, like most of the industries, I would say. The most important thing about being an entrepreneur is to continue being innovative. I think COVID had challenges for all of us, but I think it brought new opportunities, new ways of doing business. That is actually what has assisted us to become much more better, to be more competitive. I mean, our industry is very much competitive. Tourism hospitality in general is a very competitive sector of the economy. But also the good part about it is that it allows us to create more jobs that are actually contributing back in the economy. So I think it's an ongoing effort that we have to make. It doesn't end here. We have to continue promoting South Africa as a destination, but also to encourage locals to travel, because people who travel locally are actually consumers of history, of heritage, and also happy Heritage Month to you as well, and to all our listeners. And I think, I mean, we've celebrated heritage in different ways. We've been busy. We've been having travelers who are coming in and out. I mean, as I'm here, we've had a group of 50 tourists who came from Europe that we've been taking around now. So it's a good sign. I mean, at this point in time, we are actually encouraged by what we are seeing within the local market, which is South Africa, but also from an international space, because a combination of the two is what brings stability into the business.
Absolutely. Percy, thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for your well wishes, and of course, happy Heritage Month, I'd like to call it to you too. That was Percy Koji Travel with Confidence founder.